Good evening. I'm meteorologist Melissa Knorr with this 11 Alive weather impact update. It is your Friday evening, Black Friday. We have Small Business Saturday tomorrow, and as we head into the rest of the holiday weekend, a lot of folks are traveling. So I actually want to start off and talk about a big storm system pushing across the country that is going to really significantly impact travel in some areas. And here's the storm system right now. It's pushing across kind of the northern plains, also out towards Montana, Denver getting in on a little bit of snow as well in that area as well. And the snow really breaking out here through the Dakotas and also down into Iowa. And it's this storm system that's going to keep moving to the east, spreading snow during the overnight and through Saturday. So there are winter alerts just lit up on this map. You can see them stretching all the way from Montana down through the Dakotas, Iowa, southern Minnesota, Wisconsin, Illinois, Indiana, Michigan. And this is a big snowmaker for the day tomorrow. You can see in the pink color there through the Chicago area down to Indianapolis and Des Moines, winter storm warnings in effect. So I'll show you a big picture where this storm system is going to go. Then I want to talk about snowfall amounts that we're expecting and where the travel is going to be most highly impacted. Thank you to so many of you who are joining us on 11 Live Plus here, and those of you who may be watching us on YouTube. This is one of our daily 9 o'clock extended live weather updates where we can spend a lot more time than that short 3 minutes or so that we get on TV, and we can go in depth with the weather. And if you want to watch more of these, you can, of course, subscribe to our YouTube channel, but also download 11 Alive Plus to your TV, and that's a way that you can watch for free on your schedule with Weather Impact 24/7. So here's the snowfall breaking out overnight tonight. I'm going to take this to tomorrow. Look at noon tomorrow. We've got heavy and in some cases a wet snow that's broken out and that's stretching through the central plains, even the northeast side of St. Louis getting in on that snowfall. And then for the afternoon, it overspreads from Chicago through Fort Wayne, Indianapolis, and then east in towards, like Toledo, Ohio, Detroit as well, and Cincinnati, even down into northern Kentucky. That snow breaking out. Louisville, Kentucky on that rain-snow line, getting a wintry mix and snow on the northern side of that metro area. As we head into Saturday evening and Sunday morning, that system cranking up through the Great Lakes and eventually out towards Canada and interior New England. So at that point, we're going to focus a lot more on what's happening on the south side of this system, which is rain showers pushing in here to North Georgia. So we'll see a quick round on Sunday of some showers over North Georgia. And these will just be rain showers for Atlanta, but you know what? If you're driving back home after the Thanksgiving holiday on Sunday, those roadways will be wet. Let's talk about snowfall potential. I put up here, this is just through the weekend and really goes through Tuesday, but it's mostly just through Sunday. We're talking about the snowfall amounts, but I want to point it out on that bullseye in the Midwest. Now there is show also going to the front range of the Rockies. Denver finally getting in on snow. They had a really slow start to their winter weather season. There was even snow in Hawaii at Mauna Kea before they had snow in Denver this year at the airport there, and Minneapolis had a really slow start to their snow as well. But look at the numbers as we zoom in on this map. You can see we got multiple different shades of pink and purple on this map. These are snowfall amounts, snowfall potential, which if you're familiar with weather models, this is a 10-to-1 ratio. This is the European model. So this is not going to be, snow ratios are just how many inches of snow are we going to get for every 1 inch of water equivalency. When we have a snow down here in the south and it's like 34 degrees and snowing, our snow ratio is often about 7 or 8 to 1, meaning 7 or 8 inches of snow for every 1 inch of water equivalency. When we get these really cold, dry snow systems in the northern plains and the Midwest, they're often dealing with snow ratios that are 12 to 1, 14 to 1, 16 to 1, much more fluffy, powdery snow. This particular system will pick up a lot more moisture. So some of those snow ratios could be kind of 12 to 1, 10 to 1 or so. So you can see here the snow amounts in this white shaded area here is over 10 inches total. In fact, that western side of Chicago probably looking at a good 6 to 12 inches of snow. As you get out into Iowa, out towards that I-80 corridor, there could be some spots that are talking about 12 to 18 inches of snowfall. Actually, zoom in a little bit more on the map so you can see some of those. Let's see that Davenport and Moline, Iowa, the Twin Cities there, or the Tri-Cities as it's called. I'm going to get some hefty snowfall amounts, and we'll zoom into the Chicago area, and you can see it's the western suburbs of Chicago that are going to see the most snow. They could potentially get 6 to 12 inches of snow, and then as you keep traveling westward, those snow amounts go up even more than that. Let's take a little journey across Lake Michigan, and let's look at western Michigan and Grand Rapids, out towards Kalamazoo. Those snowfall amounts pick up there as well. So we'll see some of those amounts that could be right along the water, kind of 5 to 8 inches potentially. And even Lansing, Michigan, getting in on a good 3 to 6 inches of snow. Lesser amounts in Detroit, but we know that is a Delta hub right there. We've got a Delta hub in Minneapolis. And when you add a little bit of snow to the equation for flights trying to get in and out, of course, flights trying to get out is all backed up and slowed down because they have to de-ice all those planes. And that de-icing process, they have a lot of pieces of equipment up there where they can do that in the Midwest, but it still kind of slows things down and delays things down with the sheer volume of planes that are trying to go in and out of those airports. You can also see some of these snowfall amounts through Tuesday, a little bit higher in some of the kind of Watertown, New York, western New York, as we see the winds coming off the waters on some of the Great Lakes. That will also enhance lake effect snow squalls and snow bands, which we've already been dealing with a lot of that through the day today in some of those Great Lakes. Let's talk about travel impacts. Now, this graphic that you're going to see, we've got these several different airports plotted, and you see those airplanes. Those airplane colors are going to change as we expect travel impacts to get worse. So if you see airplanes that are green and yellow, that means generally minor impacts, but when those become red or purple in the worst case scenario, that means really significant travel delays are likely. So we'll roll this forward into Saturday afternoon. You can see that red color. It's my map's trying to catch up there, but the red color trying to pick up, there we go, in Chicago. So that's for Saturday afternoon. That airport turns red. Looks like we're a little glitchy on the map here, but you can see by Sunday morning, the delays are more concentrated there through Cleveland, Ohio, and back towards Columbus, Ohio. So we do expect some travel delays, especially Saturday, but again on Sunday, and those travel delays on Sunday will likely be a little more clustered across interior New England, and we should see much improving conditions by Saturday evening through Sunday morning time frame for those airports in the Midwest. So Saturday morning flights, Saturday afternoon flights, especially Saturday afternoon when they're expecting the heaviest of snow to arrive in Chicago. For Detroit, their heaviest of snow arrives in the evening hours on Saturday. So if you have flights going to any of those airports getting snow, several inches of snow, check with your travel provider. Also, check with your travel provider in general. If we see issues in major hubs, that can often cause kind of a domino effect of other issues in other airports. Now, while we're watching that system impact the Midwest, it's actually going to send some rain down in our direction. But if you look at your generic weather apps on your phone, I pulled up 2 different phones, and this is what they both show. And what I want to point out is Sunday, that's a wintry mix. Sunday, that's a wintry mix. Tuesday, that's a wintry mix. Friday, Saturday, wintry mix. Over here, we have Tuesday, wintry mix. Friday, Saturday, wintry mix as well. And this actually might be the same. I had 2 different images. I might have actually put the same one in both of them, but do not believe them. I call these weather crap apps because they don't have a human who's involved in the forecasting. It's a generic app run by some random weather model. It's not even blending things on your phone. And this is why people say the meteorologists are wrong. It's because they're looking at a generic app on their phone and they don't understand the perspective. They don't understand the impacts. And they also haven't actually had a human getting involved in creating a 7-day forecast. Well, I will show you on our 7-day forecast, you are not going to see a snowflake on this. That's because I expect multiple weather systems with a cold rain for North Georgia. cold rain. So the R word, not the S word, okay? Cold rain is what I expect for Metro Atlanta. So if you have had a friend ask you today, hey, did you hear it was going to snow this week? It's not going to snow. Sorry if I'm getting frustrated, but I have generic apps on my phone because I'm curious. And 2 different times today, I checked 2 different phones, and they showed that symbol on multiple different days. So let me talk about this weather system that I just showed you moving across the Midwest. There's a warm side of this system, and it's going to send some rain down across the southeast. So let's talk about the timing of that and if there could be any areas that see anything wintry. And the short answer is it's possible there could be a brief window of some freezing rain or sleet pellets up across the higher elevations in the North Georgia mountains. We're talking elevations above 2,000 or 3,000 feet. And that'll be Saturday night as the moisture is first coming in. So here's the forecast track. You can see here, we'll go through the overnight tonight. We have more clouds than we saw today. We're starting off cold and dry on your Saturday morning. Let's push the forecast track out into lunchtime, bright sunshine. Then the late afternoon, more clouds will be in. We're still dry. Now we'll go into Saturday evening. We see the first of the rain showers coming in. The temperatures in the mountains at our main cities, so Blairsville, Dahlonega, Helen, all those, upper 30s, no problem. Higher elevations, if you blink, you miss it, might briefly see the temperatures cold enough as that moisture is coming in to see a very brief little bit of mixing with either some sleet or more than likely freezing rain. We have what's called a warm nose. So when we look at the atmosphere, if you think of it like a hamburger, this is how I explain it to kindergartners, it has lots of different layers, okay? And the top hamburger bun is, I could actually get my hamburger from my desk right now and show you all. I have a giant 3-foot diameter hamburger that I carry with me. But the top bun is where the jet planes fly. The bottom bun is where we're standing on the ground. We have layers in between, and they all look different each day. And, when you bite into different kinds of hamburgers, they taste different. That's because their layers are different. Well, our layers of the atmosphere Saturday night in the mountains will include a very shallow area, kind of around the patty, if you think about the layers of a hamburger, of warmer air. And then at the bottom bun, it'll be cold air. So we might just barely see, melting snowflakes that get below freezing again, and it could be freezing rain, or if we see a little more dry air, it could mean a few ice pellets mixed in. The ground is going to be warm enough to where I don't expect anything to stick, and it's a very brief window of time. So we don't expect any travel impacts because of this, but we will be watching that, and that is the only potential right now that I'm seeing for any wintry mix here in the next 3 days. So there is a very small window, but that is not for Atlanta. That is for higher elevations above 2,500 feet up across the North Georgia mountains. That is a good 2-hour drive from Atlanta. So that is the one opportunity for maybe a brief wintry mix to come. Now, we'll go into Sunday during the day. It's just a cold rain. We'll have rain showers overspreading North Georgia, especially between mid-morning and mid-afternoon. This model is pretty excited about the coverage of that rain. This is our in-house graph model. I want to also show you a different model just so you can see the difference. This model is going to be the high-resolution rapid refresh model, the HER model. And I want to show you it has Saturday evening. It brings in, a couple of those showers. It also has a few showers Sunday morning, but watch how they kind of fall apart more for the afternoon. So it's not as wet, and that might be a little bit more realistic, but I want you to keep in the back of your mind kind of that more worst case scenario of rain that could happen. So again, that will be on Sunday. I've brought our rain chance to 50%. You can see this weather system clearing out Sunday evening. We're not drying out for long, though. There's a second weather system on its heels, and this one coming in from the south. And these southern stream systems, as we get into the fall and winter months, these ones are ones to watch, because if the setup's right, it means storms and severe weather. If the setup's the other way right, it can mean snow and wintry weather. Well, in this case, preceding this moisture coming in, we've got kind of a northeast wind Monday. So it's driving the temperatures down, holding us Monday night probably in the kind of mid and upper 30s. But then we've got this huge slug of rain and moisture working northward from that system. The wedge is probably going to be pretty stubborn there, but down here across the I-10 corridor, southwestern Georgia, southeastern Alabama, we could be watching some storms in that region. It's kind of too early to know if anything would be strong in nature, but that's what I watch with these kind of southern systems. And then on the northern side of this, you see that pink and the blue showing up. That will be more snow. But again, that's not happening here. That's not happening here in North Georgia. So in the meantime, we'll focus on the cold rain systems moving in and this return of more cold air. Now it is going to be a good amount of rainfall we're talking about. Sunday system could bring about a ½ an inch of rain. The one Monday night into Tuesday, that one's going to be a soaker. That's an inch plus of rainfall. So in the next 7 days, we're probably looking at an 1.5 inches, 2 inches or so of rain for many areas in North Georgia. So the wide range between 1 inch and 2 inches, but most of us 1.5 inches to 2 inches. So I know we had a very dry meteorological fall. We still have parts of North Georgia that are under a level D3 extreme drought. This is the 5th or 6th week in a row we've had this persistent D3 extreme drought on that south side of the metro. You see in that red color right in here. Well, this week, good rainfall coming in. That's going to cut away a little bit at our deficit, and we hope that the active pattern may continue through the second week of December, and that would shave a little bit more off that rain deficit that we're dealing with. All right, for your Saturday, Small Business Saturday, it is a cold start in the morning. We have a lot of folks that like to get out and support their local small business shops. And if you're going to be doing that, just dress warmly in layers. Wind chills will shut off kind of mid-20s here in Atlanta. Outlying suburbs, low 20s. Here's a look at 8 o'clock in the morning. Couple teens showing up in the North Georgia mountains. We've had really breezy winds the last couple of afternoons. I don't think we're going to be dealing with as breezy of winds on your Saturday, but it will still be just enough to add a wind chill effect outside. So for the morning hours at least, 10 o'clock wind chill still in the 30s, noon climbing up to 40 degrees, and then topping out in the 50s for the afternoon. So Small Business Saturday shopping, or it's almost time for me to break out the holiday decorating forecast as well. If you're doing decorating and you want to get all those holiday decorations up outside before the rain arrives, tomorrow's a cold but great day for that. Today was, yesterday was our coldest Thanksgiving in about a decade that we've seen in Atlanta, and we're keeping that cold trend going to round out the month. Saturday at 10 a.m., more sunshine, 40 degrees, and then we'll top out in the afternoon in the low 50s. So noontime temperature still in the 40s, and then we'll see a few more clouds building in late in the day with those temperatures in the low 50s. So a lot of chilly air to come over the next 7 days. I don't have any single day in my 7-day forecast that gets up to the 60s or the 70s. We're going to stay in those 50s for the time being. Let's just recap your kind of travel forecast, and then we'll show you the 7-day forecast again. And for Saturday, it's going to pop up all those towns. Messy travel. Messy travel through the Midwest. To the south, we have rain and even some thunderstorms there. Dallas over into New Orleans. Sunday, that system pushing off into the northeast, so improving conditions in the Midwest by the afternoon. Rain showers move in here. It is just a cold rain. It also looks like it's just going to be a cold rain for New York City, where the colder air meets up with the moisture. That's going to be more in interior New England for Sunday. Traveling back Monday, maybe extending that weekend a little bit longer. Another little system coming in, dropping some snowfall there to the plains. That system in the northeast finally moving up through Nova Scotia and St. John's and Newfoundland. And then another system, our southern track system, getting going from South Texas up to New Orleans, the Mississippi Valley as well, Monday there. And then by Tuesday, that is probably Monday night into Tuesday, that's arriving here. I'll show you Tuesday's forecast just so you can get an idea. And this is going to show you another messy system with that rain snow line. This is going to bring a quick shot of some snow. Ohio Valley getting hammered there, and interior New England and northeast. And this one on Tuesday is going to be much closer to that I-95 corridor, the rain snow line. When we see these storms that are classic kind of southern storms that turn into nor'easters, these are what we call Miller storms. There's a couple different types of Miller storms, Miller A, Miller B. But these Miller storms that cut across here, they're southern stream systems, the southern jet stream. And the sweet spot for DC to get like the snow, we need that rain snow line to be all the way into the 95 corridor into southern Maryland. If that storm is just off the coast, it helps them. If it's all the way on the coast, they're too warm. I spent a couple years there in DC, and it also that kind of magic line off the coast of New England is also important for that I-95 corridor rain snow line as well. So they deal with that many times with nor'easters and forecasting where that rain snow line is going to set up shop. But this time we could be dealing with a little wintry mix along the 95 corridor from New York, Philadelphia, up towards Boston as well. And eventually that wintry weather moves in towards Portland. So sloppy finish to the Thanksgiving holiday weekend as we look at travel impacts. Now closer to home, Saturday is still a great day. It's a cold day. Yes, it is cold. No doubt about it. Running about 10 degrees below average this time of year, but at least you have dry weather for another day. High of 52 after starting off around the freezing mark on Saturday morning. Sunday, rain showers return with a high of 53. The rain showers should be out of here Sunday evening. Monday starts dry, that 30% rain chances for the evening hours when rain starts to build back in with weather system number 2. That one brings some heavy rain Monday night through the first half of Tuesday. Then we'll see dry weather returning for a couple of days. Looks like rain showers are back at some point late on Friday. Right now, from what I'm seeing, it looks like Canathon Friday morning from 8 to 2 at many different Salvation Army locations across North Georgia is going to be looking mostly dry, but as that's wrapping up, rain showers are starting to push back in. But that's 7 days out. We're going to be watching that closely as we get closer to it. Okay, we'll send you over to some wonderful looping weather graphics right after this. And then a new update on our weather models comes in a little bit after that. We will have that for you on 11 Live News at 11 tonight, coming on right after football. We are watching Indiana and the Purdue Boilermakers on 11 Alive, and we'll be on with your news at 11 right after that.